Crazy new features in WWE 2K24. You can now throw weapons at your opponent, and you can also catch weapons thrown at you. In the backstage area, you can go up and down in the elevator, and if you're carrying weapons, you can also take them with you. And backstage, you can also throw your opponent through some real glass. If your superstar has face paint, it will now fade throughout the match, and if your character starts to bleed, then the blood will drip onto the ring, and it will stay there. It won't just disappear. Certain characters can now pull down their straps. You can change the camera mode to use the new ramp cam, or you can use the free cam if you're watching in spectator mode. If you fill 3 finisher slots, you can hit a devastating super finisher, and there's a new trade and blows minigame you can activate once per match. This is looking to be a generational game, and I can't wait to try these. The new super finisher in WWE 2K24. So a new feature in 2K24 is that instead of using one of your finishing moves, you can save up all 3 finishers and use them to unleash a devastating move to your opponent. The super finisher deals extra damage to the opponent, and resiliency can't be used to kick out. So if you hit one of these, it's basically game over. So these super finishers will tend to fall into 2 categories, either more extreme versions of normal superstar moves. For example, Charlotte Flair has an avalanche natural selection, and Randy Orton has an avalanche RKO, Seth Rollins with an avalanche curb stomp, or sometimes it can be a different move entirely. For example, Randy Orton also has the punt kick, and KO can also do a pile driver, which is different to his finishing move of the stunner. My favorite super finisher is Kevin Owens' apron powerbomb. This is a cool feature that is gonna help improve the game, and so I'm really looking forward to Hit. The new camera mode in WWE 2K24 could be a game changer. So the standard hard camera will be available by default, but from the pause menu you can change the camera angle to the new ramp view. This was the camera angle used for a lot of older games such as No Mercy and Here Comes the Pain, so we'll bring back a lot of nostalgia to us older fans. The ability to change the camera has been a feature in other sports games like Madden and EA FIFA for a long time, so it is long overdue. As well as this, there is a new spectator mode that lets you take any number of positions to watch the match. And there's also a free cam that will allow you to find that perfect angle. This will be an absolute game changer, especially for YouTubers like Murphs who make a lot of cinematic content, or for any other YouTubers that make universe modes or custom story videos. I think this is a huge win, and is why the new weapons in WWE 2K24. So weapons have been revamped this year with a selection of new weapons to use, and you can also now throw weapons at your opponents. This is the first time we've seen this since about No Mercy Day of Reckoning era, although it was also in AEW Fight Forever. Hey, who said competition was a bad thing? As well as being able to throw the weapons, you can also catch the weapons if you time it perfectly. One of the new features is superstar specific weapons. For example, Zelina pulls the shoe from under the ring that we've seen her use in real life. And another of the new weapons is a water bottle, which you can now pick up from the commentary desk or also from the backstage vending machines. If you're fighting in the backstage area, you can also carry weapons up and down a level through the elevator. I can't wait to use the new ambulance match in WWE 2K24. So at the start of the match, the lights flash in the arena and the ambulance even gets its own entrance. The rules flash up on the screen, but it's basically get your opponent in the ambulance to win. Now this plays like a submission match. When you get your opponents near the ambulance, you have a little mini game you have to play, and you have to win this twice to get your opponent in the ambulance. As well as this, you also have the option to climb on top of the ambulance and do some moves on your opponent. And if you're a daredevil, you can also dive off of the ambulance onto your opponent. There's also an option to go backstage to finish the match. If you go to the backstage parking lot, you will see the ambulance there. And at the end of a match, once you've put your opponent away, you also have a special winning animation for this match on top of the ambulance. This all looks really promising, and I can't wait to play. Here's an underrated feature in WWE 2K24. LA Knight has become one of the most popular WWE superstars of the current generation. His turnaround in popularity is absolutely astounding and needs to be studied. From Max Dupree in the Maximum Male models to LA Knight, yeah. One of the things that fans love the most about LA Knight is his extremely catchy catchphrase, yeah. And fans love to chant along with LA Knight as he says his name, LA Knight, yeah. This has become such a pivotal part of LA Knight's character that it has now been added into WWE 2K24. As when you play as LA Knight, if you taunt, he will now do the LA Knight, yeah chant with the fans chanting along.
Of greatness of all time, though. Knight will be the first person to time is at his peak, and I think we're going to see him at his best.
This level of detail will go a long way with fans, and I absolutely love it.